Hi, Holiday here. Today we're going to be talking about Red Room trigger warnings, the best issue of Red Room, in my opinion, that's come out so far. It even beats all the issues that precede it, but let's dive in and take a look. Alright, so let's go through this real quick. Sorry for the glare. So, first off, this is a pretty badass cover by Ed. I dig it. Tells the story. These are the variant covers that are coming out. There's a Peach Momoko one, Jim Rugg one that's like Robert Crumish, Pulp Fiction type one. But why this issue is great is that it tells three stories in one issue, which is kind of hard to do almost. So first off, the color bit at the top here with the girl tells her story through the whole thing. What she's going through, how she's gotten suspicious of her father, and what he's doing. And then the middle section here, where the actual Rat Queen's nest is, this whole area is the actual Red Room action going on. And as you can see, the Decimator over here. Decimator presents the Rat Queens. And he's basically going to kill them. This one I like a lot because it's hard to like make it feel like there's a pulling action going on in the art, in any art. Any type of pulling or force being used, even if it's a punch. But I think Ed is successful in making me feel like those hands are actually pulling on that lip or going in these nostrils. And clearly they're all devoid of any sort of civilized humanity because they're just these creatures that Mistress Pentagram keeps in her jail to kill for the Red Rooms. Anyway, as we continue on, the third part, the bottom arc here, tells the story of the guy dressed as the Decimator doing the Red Room dirty work for Mistress Pentagram because they're making millions of dollars off of this. He is professing certain things that he hasn't done and that she's wary of. She thinks that he's becoming violent outside of the Red Room and that he's going to need to be punished for it. And he's telling her, look, it's just one time I did it. And he's like, please don't do anything to my daughter, which goes back to what's going on up here. Again, they're still being slaughtered. This is a message board. People saying dumb shit. Like, I know that the only people who get caught with Red Room stuff are the people who download these videos after the fact using the normal internet. But I think when the inevitable happens, we won't get into much trouble. How you figure? What about Jeffrey Epstein? Stuff like that. But I dig what makes this issue great is not only is the story and writing actually pretty badass, but Ed's telling of the three different tales in one comic book. You know, the girl, the violence, and then her dad. It's almost telling a story of this is what's coming between them right now, is the fact that he's doing this side job being a killer in the Red Rooms and making all this money. But she's getting super suspicious of it and thinks that there's something wrong, something going on. So the comic just tells this really, really crazy story, though, of the Red Room being the wedge that's between a father and daughter. And of course, her father is sick as hell because he's doing these murders. But it's definitely my favorite Red Room issue. I think Ed killed it on this one. He outdid himself, really. Especially some of the violence. It's just so good. So goddamn good. And it pushes the story forward for these people. So I would advocate to go pick this up. If you're an artist, maybe send some to Ed in the Gore Gallery. I actually have. I sent some of my artwork in. I'm hoping it shows up in one of the ends of these issues. But we'll see. Some good stuff going on here. A callback to Killing Joke. I can't tell what this is from, but it reminds me of 9/7 millimeter or whatever, the Nicolas Cage movie. Maybe it's 1 hour photo. It's really cool that he does this, though. This is one of the highlights of picking this up is seeing all the badass art just show up in the end of it. But that is my favorite issue of Red Room so far. Go pick it up. I highly recommend it.